Welcome to the Toyota 86 GT Limited. I do quotations because it's literally in the name. So this is one of the latest cars to get an engine swap in Gran Turismo 7. Fun fact, this is actually the second engine swap available for this vehicle, and it is gonna be a spicy one because we see standard this vehicle produces 203 brake horsepower from a boxer engine, and it also comes in at a weight of 1240 kg. So the vehicle is considerably lightweight, and look, it doesn't produce that much power. 203 brake horsepower is not the most power, but it's enough to still have fun with. Now we see the car comes standard on comfort soft tires, the grippiest of the worst tires in Gran Turismo 7, which means, look, because it is the grippiest tires, it means the vehicle does have some performance, but it's just not categorized as a sports car. So we see interior quite nice, very similar to the normal 86, but would it be the GT86 Limited? Well, at least you get to say, hey, look at me, I'm special, I guess. So look, power wise, power delivery, it's okay. It revs extremely high, but that's really what just adds to the excitement of it, because you aren't actually going that fast. We see it actually does have a small shift light when you are bouncing off the limiter, and it's like, hey, come now, you're gonna blow your head gasket again, because you know, with it being a Subaru sourced engine, being a Subaru sourced engine, well, yeah, not the most reliable, just saying. So cross the line now doing a lap time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That is actually painfully slow if you think about it. So let's not waste any time and take this boxer engine and chuck it in the bin. Now we see for the engine swap we have, it is no other than the Toyota purebred 2JZ out of the Mark IV Supra. So immediately when we spend 210,000 credits, our power will get pumped up to 325 brake horsepower. However, we do see the weight does also increase, but it does not stop there, because once we slap it in, well, we can just simply upgrade it and see some real power figures. So let's do that. Now that we have the 2J in, we see in the tuning shop we do have some big boy parts available for it, being your ultra high RPM turbocharger, because by simply adding this, the power already shoots up to almost 550 brake horsepower. Then we still have things like your pistons, a carbon propeller shaft, because you know, just add a little bit of lightweightness. And then we still have, look at this, glorious, we have parts to slap on. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how much power we can actually get out of this vehicle, and just how fast can we actually make this 86. Fully upgraded, the Toyota is now producing 883 brake horsepower. I don't know why it's slow. I don't know why it's so low in Gran Turismo 7. You see 2J's pushing way over 1000 horsepower, but regardless, in GT7 we see 883 brake horsepower and a vehicle that weighs 1090 kg. So 1090 kg means it's extremely lightweight, and 883 brake horsepower is nothing to look down upon. It's no joke, and it's more than enough power for you to end up in the wall. So that is what I'm actually worried about. Is the 86 gonna be able to handle this level of power? But now look, with the vehicle being very fast now, let's see if we can make it look the part. So we see we have two options for front lip, we have two options for side skirts, we have two options for rear diffuser, and then we have 4 options for a rear wing. So we see customization. Would it be an 86? Obviously we are gonna have it. So your usual customization, no front grille customization as well, so you can really make it however you want it to be. You can make it stand out, you can make it unique, you can make it something special. We see the car does also have a wide body kit that Actually stretches out the fenders quite a lot. Wow. Okay, so for 10,000 you can also slap on a wide body kit. If I said I wasn't a little bit scared, I would be lying. So first experience now with the fully upgraded 2JZ put into the 86 GT Limited. So let's take it around circuit and see how good it is. Immediately wheel spin. I need to watch out say corners, but first lap. So first lap, we're gonna take it a bit slowly. Look at that, the thing's spinning into 240 to 50 to 70 before we break going into a first corner. Does it sound incredible? Yes. Is it trying to put me into a wall? Yes. Nah, this thing is feisty. I can see this is gonna be a losing battle, so let's actually just restart it. Try on controller because this is above my pay grade on the wheels. So let us try now again on something I'm more comfortable with. See if we can't set a complete lap. Yo, what a winder. So now 287 before we slam on the brakes. Let's see now, will we make it around the first corner? That rear end just slides, that's all it does. I think the go-to, or what we're gonna need to do, is actually pull some power out of it. So getting a bit unstable there. You really have to be so careful when handling this car, otherwise ooh, that rear end is gonna overtake you. But it just spins its wheels. That's all it does. So when you come out of corners, you really gotta be careful how aggressively you're gonna power, because if you just slam your foot, those rear wheels are just lighting up and you are going sideways. So first lap we did a 1 minute 35.2, which is a massive improvement over the vehicle's 2 minutes something second lap time standard. Look at that, wow. Really just gotta take it easy, no aggressive movements, and you should be golden. There we go, there we go. Shift. Come on, boy. On the brakes. So we see on the cleaner lap now, 1 minute 33. And I think that's the best I'm going to be able to get out of this vehicle, because with me having to fight the rear end, with me having to try not to get it in a wall, try to avoid it in a wall, you really just have to play with it. And that's what slows you down. If you are on it 100%, you would be able to go a lot faster. So now, with the car being at 800 horsepower, we are going to see now how big of a difference that actually makes. You can feel there is a difference. It's not accelerating as aggressively as before, but it's about cornering. Now we see the car is still breaking traction, but it corrects itself a lot faster. Let us see now on the power, and we just ran a 1 minute 32.9. So that goes to show you, you can decrease the power and the car will handle better, and you can see clear as day, you will be able to set faster lap times. You don't need to fully max out your power, and I think I need to take a note out of this book. I don't need to fully upgrade a vehicle to try and be fastest, because you see, you don't need to fully max out your vehicle in order to set faster lap times. Find the sweet spot, and once you do that, you will be golden. So 2JZ into this Toyota 86. It's good, it's fun, but it doesn't feel special. Reason for that, we have countless other Toyota 86s that have the 2JZ swap in it. This feels no different in my opinion. So whether you like the Toyota 86, you can pick which one you prefer, whether it's just styling differences, because I know this has a different front bumper compared to the others. So look, it's really just a visual change, because performance you can really get across the board. It's just whichever your favorite 86 is, engine swap that one. So yeah, it's a good engine swap, good fun engine swap. However, it is one that you do need to be on top of, otherwise you will find yourself in a bad area.